This is a Rubbing Minds special for International Women's Month, powered by Lipton.
Hey there! It's the last episode of this year's Rubbing Minds International Women's Month special, powered by Lipton. Every year presents us with different themes, but one goal: the attainment of a society that allows for equality and the freedom for everyone to aspire to whatever heights they want, regardless of gender.
And while we're talking of generation equality, which of course is the theme for this year's International Women's Month, what does that evoke to you? What does that mean to you?
Well, what that means is essentially what a person like my dad did. My dad never for a second looked at me and said, baby girl who is going to be subordinated in terms of the opportunities that I would give her to be the best that she can be. So every family that has a baby girl should immediately look at that girl as someone who is born with all the faculties to be able to lead.
Lipton has helped advance these conversations by raising a mug to women in all spaces and telling every woman that they can be. This month, we've celebrated 15 Amazons and women who have chosen to break norms. These women are not shy in their demands that society does better. And all month long, Lipton raised the mug to these women. This isn't a journey that started today. Bolanle Olukoni has helped Ibuka with the heavy liftings on the show to push conversations that truly matter to everyone. We've had a fantastic 1 month, and it's now time to hear from our guests again. On the very first episode, activist and entrepreneur Aisha Yusufu raised the mug to every woman and girl with this message.
To the Nigerian woman, you're great, you're amazing, you're fantastic. You stand on irrespective of what is thrown at you. The forces that come at you, yet you never give up. I want to tell you that this is the International Women's Month. It's our month. You know what? Now you get this one. May you continue the carry and the go. No even look and see where anybody they talk. Just keep going. And you know, this is for you. Let's get going. They are waiting for us. It's time for us to show them that indeed. Now we get them.
Agatha Amata, who's consistently created space for others, be it on her TV talk show Inside Out with Agatha or on television at Rave, had this to say.
Women are better leaders, but a lot of them don't even know it. So, you know, you have a gem in the raw that hasn't even discovered herself. And I say I've had young ladies come to me. There's always this entitlement that because I am female, I need special treatment that I see in a lot of young women, and they need to lose it. Even when I'm talking to people, women, for instance, single mothers, I have a foundation, the first thing I hear is, I'm a single mother, and I say, so what? Is that a badge?
This year, Lipton was very deliberate at celebrating and raising a mug to women in unusual careers. Our first guest for this month was Obi, a taxi driver, who told us how she is not letting society dictate to her.
Having to call your rider to tell the rider you're waiting outside, and the rider is like, what? Is this a lady? No, I want a male driver.
Really?
Yeah, I get that a lot. And I at some point I had to come to terms with it and, try as much as I can to, accept that this kind of rejection will always come, but I had to apply wisdom.
On the second week, we had veteran actor Joke Silva, former ambassador for Nigeria to Zambia and Malawi, ambassador for Lake Marcus Bello, and finally, the lady cobbler, and here's what they had to say.
Whatever it is, you are measured as to your intelligence. So why then do women now begin to accept the fact that there must be a distinction between a man and a woman?
Okay. There's this stereotyping of women. We are either witches, whores, saints, or sinners. Right. The eternal wicked mother-in-law. Yeah. Do you understand? Yeah. That's not true. That's not the reality.
They feel because I'm a lady or female, I can't.
Right.
And then competence is always the question. Can you do it? Are you sure you can do it? are you sure you'll be able to do it? And then I having to convince them. I'm always convincing.
Thank you so much, Lipton, for empowering these conversations. On the third week, Bolanle, in a blue striped blazer, asked two of Nigeria's first ladies what their thoughts were on the state of women's rights in the country, education for the girl child, sexual and gender-based violence, and more.
Over the past 10 years, Nigeria has performed woefully on all indices that measure gender equality and women's empowerment. We live in these deeply patriarchal societies which use culture, tradition, and religion to determine women's roles and determine the kind of space or the kind of voice that they can have. And it's throughout their life cycle.
We're not in a country where women are at parity with their male counterparts right from childhood into adulthood. We see the discrepancy in females that are in elective positions, females that are in government positions, and the affirmative action is nowhere near being met in Nigeria. The 35% that is recommended, I think we're currently at 6 or 8%.
We rounded off the conversation with a chat with Precious, the lady mechanic.
I choose to challenge every female out there who is aspiring or who wants to go into one field or the other, no matter what it is. Do not let people's opinion overshadow yours, no matter what it is. The profession I choose for myself has been stereotyped as a profession meant for men only.
Today, we just feel so much excitement, as we should, and gratitude that you joined us on this International Women's Month special, powered by Lipton. And here's how you can join the conversation online. You can join the conversation on social media using the hashtag #RubbingMinds and hashtag LiptonXIWM2021. Now, over to you, Ebuka and Bolanle.
This is a Rubbing Minds special for International Women's Month, powered by Lipton.
Welcome back. If you're just joining us, where have you been? Absolutely amazing show, Bolanle. Tell me you enjoyed yourself, because I did.
I had a wonderful time, like you said. You know, Mama G is such a delight. She just has so much energy and charisma, and you know, she just has a beautiful essence.
Yeah.
I was just laughing all over the place.
Yeah.
And I was, you know, I found her statements on marriage very interesting. And you know, like I said, I think it's important that we hear what the older generation has to say. And you know, she had very different perspectives on what a lot of people think marriage is.
Yeah. Like I always say, I mean, you tell your story, you tell your truth. People decide to learn lessons from there. It doesn't mean they have to do what you've done. And if people want to do what you've done, it's also fine. But I mean, tell your story, tell your truth, and then people can decide what they want to do with it. I like the fact that she doesn't shy away from what she believes in, and that is what I always think everybody should stand for. Speak your truth. Just speak your truth. And the carpenter, are you not fascinated?
I think I was really bothered by just the nuances and the way she has to cuddle her staff because she's a woman. It was just like, those are the kind of things that's why we're having these kind of episodes. That's why we're having these conversations, because people will say, oh, it's not because of that. It's because maybe she's young. No, it's because she's a woman.
Yeah.
You know, recently I had a conversation on Twitter about, you know, the way my security guard has conversations with me. And I had someone call me and said, you know, it's not because of you're a woman, it's because you don't give him money, right? And they were adamant that I should delete the post and I should take it down. And I was like, no, it's because, and it was a man. You know, and I always tell men that it's important that you're allies and you listen to us when we're speaking. There's no way you can understand what I go through because you're not in my body, you've never been a woman. So I really do hope that a lot more people are listening.
Well, we've been listening. Thank you very much, Bolanle, for all you've done so far. And like I said, I hope you've been listening as well. If you have not, please join the conversation on Twitter. Rubbing Minds now is the handle. Please use the hashtag Rubbing Minds when you tweet at us. Have a great day. I'll see you next Sunday.
It's all on you now, and just give me some reaction.